Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back with you once again. And today, I have to you my predictions for both nights. Two-night event for the NWA's Crockett Cup. Now, if you've never heard of the Crockett Cup, it's very simple. Big old tournament featuring a lot of really good tag teams from all over the place. And I don't believe it's for the titles because I think the champions are also involved. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, let's get into it. So first up, we have night one, the play-in fatal four-way match, where the winner gets entry into the Crockett Cup prior. But then they face the champs, which is La Rebellion. Who I believe are also the Crash Tag Team Champions down in Mexico. So, yeah, participants are Violence is Forever. That's Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo. They were formerly of Team Filthy back in MLW. They are now free agents. The Tate twins, the Bad News Boys, Brandon and Brent Tate, I believe, if I remember correctly, they were the original boys for Dalton Castle, if my memory serves well. The Rip City Shooters, who is Joshua Bishop and Wes Barkley. Personally, I have no idea who those two are, but, whatever. And the Heat Seekers, who are Elliot Russell and Sigmund. Personally, never seen them before. I hope to make some new fan out of me. Ultimately, here I think I'm gonna go with Violence is Forever because I am the most. I've seen them the most out of these two teams. So yeah, Violence is Forever. Now we have the official first round of the tournament. We have La Rebellion, which is Bestia 666, and Mecha Wolf taking on the play-in tag team, which is, for me, Violence is Forever. And sorry, Violent Boys, I gotta give it to the champs. I mean, they're the champs for the reason. So, either way, I think it should be a good match. Next match, we got them boys, the Briscoe brothers, the current ROH Tag Team Champions, taking on the Now, who I am not familiar with, Hale Collins and Vic Diaz? I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. I'm going them boys, the Briscoe brothers. They are very entertaining, and they are very fun to watch. Next up, a very interesting combination. As originally, it was supposed to be Doug Williams and his former British Invasion tag team partner, Nick Aldis, Magnus. But we'll talk about Nick in a little bit. So he had to go and find a partner. Found Harry Smith, the son of the British Bulldog. May he rest in peace. And they are taking on the Ill-Begotten, who is, they are a bit of a wild card team because it could be any combination of Alex Taylor, Captain Yuma, Jeremiah Plunkett, or Rush Freeman. So there's a couple members of this squad. I think either way, Doug Williams and Harry Smith are going to move on. Next up, Strictly Business, Chris Adonis, the former national champion, and Tom Latimer take on Gold Rush, which is Jordan Clearwater and Marche Rocket. This one could actually go either way, because I really do like both. But I think at least for now, we're going to go strictly business. Now, here's an interesting little matchup for the first round. We got Matthew Mims, Big Strong Mims, and the Pope D'Angelo De Niro. If you remember him from Impact, he also had a little run as Elijah Burke in the WWE. As they take on the Cardonas. And no, it does not have to do with Matt. It is Mike Knox. If you remember him, he was the monster over on ECW. He was kind of a big old kind of. He was a monster smart guy. That's the best I can do with you. And his partner, Creator Pro standout VSK. So that's an interesting tag team. Both sides teaming really for the first time, as far as I know. I think here I'm going to go for the Cardonas. Because I feel like either Green or Matt Cardona himself is going to interfere. And we'll get, in the future, either Mims or the Pope taking on Cardona. We'll talk about him later, too. Next round, we have the former NWA World Tag Team Champions, Aaron Stevens and JR Kratos, taking on the Dirty Sexy Boys. And yes, I did say that right, as it's Dirty Dango, the former Fandango from WWE, and also formerly of WWE, JTG, both tag team guys, which is, honestly, that's an interesting teaming for me. But I'm going to go with the more established team of Stevens and Kratos. Now, this last matchup for night one, at least for now, they could probably add the semifinals in. You have The End, Odinson and Perro, who are a couple of beefcakes, taking on Hawks Aerie. That's Luke and PJ Hawks, a father and son tag team. I really like both these tag teams. They are really, really good and a lot of fun to watch. I gotta go The End. Those two, I think, need a bit more of a push, and I feel like, you gotta start somewhere. Alright. So we got La Rebellion and the End. So I'm gonna try to go with what I think is going to be next couple rounds, because I am not sure, because this is a big old tournament, so we don't know the quarter or semifinals yet. So first quarterfinal match, I have The End versus La Rebellion, and boy oh boy, I do like both teams, and as much as I want to see The End move on, this is the champs one to take. So, La Rebellion moves on. Next up, we have Strictly Business against Doug Williams and Harry Smith. I think due to their inexperience as a tag team, I am going to go Strictly Business. Other side of the bracket, we have the Fixers, who just beat the OGK on an episode of Power pretty recently. And they will be taking on the Cardonas, which, honestly, that sounds like a really good match. I think the Fixers move on from this. As much as I would like to see the Cardonas move on, I kind of like the Fixers here. And next up, Stevens and Kratos versus the Briscoes. I'm going the Briscoes. Alright, semifinals. Strictly Business and La Rebellion. I think I gotta go with the champs here. Like, that just makes sense to me. And then you got the Fixers versus the Briscoes. A bit of a height disadvantage for the Briscoes, but I think I'm going to give them the shot. So we got champion versus champion in the finals. We got the NWA Tag Team Champions versus the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. And honestly, as much as I'd like to see La Rebellion sticking to them, I think I gotta go with the Briscoes. Like, they're the more popular team. As much as I like La Rebellion, I think the Briscoes got this. So yeah, winners of the Crockett Cup and potentially a future title shot. Unless the titles are on the line here, which that'd be interesting. Briscoe Brothers. Alright, night number 2. This is also the regular pay-per-view portion of the show. We have the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championships on the line, as the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell, take on Pretty Empowered, Elia Envy and Kenzie Page. Kenzie Page I am a bit familiar with. She has been on NWA for a little bit now. Elia Envy I don't think I am that familiar with. So I think I'm just going to go with the Hex to retain, because I like the way they're rolling. Next match we have for the NWA National Championship, as Anthony Mayweather, the former Crimson, takes on his former tag team partner, Jack Stain. Mayweather actually just beat, hold on, who'd he beat? Chris Adonis, the former Chris Masters, on a recent episode of Power. So, I don't think he's going to lose it here, but I do think they're going to continue this rivalry, which I'm definitely okay with. Next bout for the NWA World Television Championship, Tyrus takes on Rodney Mack. Now, Rodney Mack is a bit of an old school guy, and he's also married to Jazz, if you can believe that. That's really cool. As much as I would like to think new champ, I think, sadly, Tyrus is going to keep it, and hopefully we get another worthy challenger down the line. Next match, a triple threat match for the NWA Women's Championship, the Burke, as we have Camille defending against Kylie Ray and Chelsea Green. I usually pick Chelsea for this because I like Chelsea. I also really like Kylie Ray, but I think the reign continues for Camille because she's been dominant over the NWA Women's division. Next up, the finals for the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship Tournament, and it is a fatal 4-way. Participants include Austin Aries, as he's taking on Homicide, relatively newcomer Darius Lockhart. I've seen him wrestle a couple times. He's really good. And Kobe Carino. I figured they want a more established name. So I think I'm going to go Homicide with this because, you know, I don't want Austin Aries to hold a title. Lockhart, I think, could be a decent challenger down the line. So could Kobe. So I think Homicide takes this. And the main event player, as we have the NWA World Championship on the line, as Matt Cardona yes, Matt Cardona, the champ, defends against former champion Nick Aldis. I see some shenanigans happening here. Like, there's no way Cardona wins this clean. Although, Cardona did win it relatively clean off of Trevor Murdoch. So, yeah, that should be fun. Oh, and there's a special guest referee, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. If you remember him. Still, I think Cardona keeps the title here. Maybe we get that rematch with Murdoch down the line. And maybe we see someone get built up by the NWA. Someone a little new. And yeah, that's it. These two events take place this Saturday and Sunday. I hope y'all can tune in because that's going to be a fun card. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I shall see you all next time. Peace.